Okay, student submissions are in. Let's grade them. To see your tests, you go to your dashboard. So you click this button up here. And we can see that we have a New Deal unit quiz. Studiorum will tell you at a glance how many of the student submissions need attention. This orange badge tells us that we have one short answer question that requires our attention. You can grade by student, and you can also grade by question. We can see here that Taylor Reed's test has a pending question, so let's click on that one. When you grade by student, you'll see the entire test all in one shot, and you can change the scores and give direct feedback to your student. You can also see all of the students' answers for essay questions and for the multiple choice questions. And we can see here that Taylor does not have a score for this question. Now here's the really cool thing that Studiorum does. Studiorum includes AI grading, so you can auto-grade the essay questions with artificial intelligence. So we're going to do that here. Let's auto-grade Taylor's question with AI. Now, it'll tell you how much the auto-grading will cost. It's generally 1 token per question. And then we'll let it do its thing. Takes a few seconds to auto-grade. And it will give Taylor a comment that will reference their work and give a score for the question. Now, this is not meant to be a final grade. It's meant to be a first pass. You are the teacher after all, and you're in control, so you can change any of these criterions. And you can change the score if you disagree with what the AI says. But generally, the AI does a pretty good job. Now, before you leave a test, you want to save anything that you haven't saved yet. And so if you can see here that you have unsaved changes, just save now. Now we're going to go back, and I'm going to show you grading by question. So if you click on by question, you see all of the questions in the test, and you can evaluate all of the responses to that question at the same time. So let's choose that short answer question. If we grade all, we first get the question itself, and we can hide that context if we want to. Then we can grade the students' responses to the question. And you can grade them as a batch. So if you've got a lot of student responses, you can batch auto-grade, and it will grade any un-AI graded submissions. So let's do that for the 4 submissions that were hand-graded and not AI graded. You can see here that it will tell you how many submissions are left. AI evaluation generally takes about 10 seconds per question. The next step is to review the AI's evaluation, decide whether you agree or disagree, and adjust the score. You can also change the rubric that the AI uses to evaluate the question in the question editor. If you have a specific comment for your students, you can include a class-wide note. So if students are missing something pretty regularly, you might include that as a class-wide note. If there's a problem with the question, or if there's something that you want all students to know, you can add a general note, and this will append to every student's test. Once you finish grading these questions, you can save them. And when you go back to the dashboard, you can release the test to your students. Right now, student access is hidden, but if I click this button right here, I can release it, and now my students can see it in their dashboard. In their dashboard, they can review the comments and they can review their grades. So that's how you grade tests in Studiorum.